Hello everybody and welcome to our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. We live stream our sessions every Friday evening. You can keep up with our adventures on YouTube as well as catch weekly recaps on roguewatson.com. I am Chris, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by our awesome players. Eric playing Kazan, the half-elf warlock paladin. Hello, Eric.
Hello, Christopher.
Heather playing Brysis, the tiefling sorcerer. Hello, Heather.
Happy Christmas cookies.
Yay. Reese playing Tim, the Warforged cleric fighter. Hello, Reese.
Hello.
Rochelle playing Corinne, the blue dragonborn sorcerer. Hello, Rochelle.
Hello.
And Raymond playing Halfred, the halfling ranger. Hello, Raymond.
Hello.
We use Roll20.net for our tabletop campaign, Skype for video chat, and I am recording it all using Open Broadcaster software. Previously on Storm King's Thunder. Arriving at Mirabar, the party was presented with the aftermath of a giant attack. Apparently, frost giants had come down the Mirar River in their longboats and destroyed the Mirabar Bridge over the river on their way east. In Mirabar, the party did some shopping and gathered their strength before deciding to commission a ship and crew to take them up the river to Raven Rock, thereby avoiding the bitter cold and roving barbarians of the area. The trip was uneventful, even through Tim stabbing one of the sailors in the hand, Bryce is spending the time turning summoned animals into toads, and Corinne continually making inappropriate jokes involving seamen and bears. And you all... you three can have inspiration.
Yay!
Wait, which three?
It was Tim, Bryce's, and Corinne.
He loves the semen joke.
I do.
Duly noted.
That's how it works.
We got plenty more where that came from.
That's right.
Upon their arrival, they found Raven Rock deserted, save a half-dozen giant ravens roosting above the giant raven statue that gave the area its name. Upon approaching the statue, the party solved a simple riddle that required 5 hands on 5 statues in order to enter the Raven Rock library. And upon doing so, the statue itself shifted out of the way, revealing stairs down into the library. The ravens reacted violently to this, cawing at them before flying east. Inside, they were greeted by an
We'll never see them again.
No, you won't. Gone forever. Inside, they were greeted by an ancient automated recording from the master of the library. A pair of statues flanked the entrance, inscribed with runes. They approached cautiously, but nothing happened until Bryces crossed between them, activating a voice calling out Fiend and a terrible blast of light energy. Corinne had an equally rough time, with the statues also guarding against dragonkind. Finding circular paths arcing around a central area, the party headed straight. Kazan began looking for interesting books and found them in 2 animated talking books, which were seemingly the custodians of the library, while the rest of the party investigated the silver tree in the center, inscribed with another rune, and the words "the eternal tree" written at its base. The talking books directed the party to the studies, or the master's office, to find any pertinent information, as well as mentioning that the tree itself was some form of defense system for the library. Armed with that information, the party continues their exploration. Back where you guys are. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. You're all... 4 of you are still standing by the central tree. And Kazan, you're out in the outer circular walkway.
So if I recall, we managed to open the door to the master's room.
You did not.
It was a good try.
I recall, we've already solved this problem. Through incredibly clever means.
We took care of it last week.
I think so. Let's go to the tape.
So are the studies on the outer roll?
He did direct you to the east and west, yes. The books did.
The books did.
The books.
Well, haven't gone wrong to date listening to books yet, so...
Do I have to wait till I short rest to actually, like, look at these
The Germans like to beg to differ.
Wait, short rest to do what?
I have 2 different books. Do I need to wait till we rest to look at them?
Roll an Arcana check. As you're just as you're walking around, you're looking at these books.
That's what I do. Walk around and think about books.
Clearly.
Sort of.
You don't know. Someone else might be able to investigate the books and figure out what they might be able to do, but you just think they're books.
Some booky books.
They're written in giant, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can look, but I probably wouldn't know what the hell they said.
I make a look at the book. I make a giant.
All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll an Arcana check. Halfred, the giant script that is written on these books, you don't read much from it, but as you do, you sort of begin to understand the nature of this magic. It seems like the books are designed to impart skills upon a person and make them better at a thing. But as you read just a small section of one of the books, Halfred, you get the sense that reading it and having that skill conferred upon you would drain the book of all of its magic.
What's wrong with that? It's a
So
library
nobody's actually read this book before.
Maybe not. Or
What
it's,
an odd library.
it's possible also that some amount of time has to go by before the book can confer its skills again. But it's unclear how long that might be.
Can I tell what skill it is?
No. But
No.
but you, by just scanning both books, you get a general sense that one book is about handling wild creatures, and the other book is about history.
Yeah, I was going to say, we could probably guess what they were. One would increase animal handling, the other would increase history.
Who would want a skill like that?
Well,
Waste
it's
of
free
brain
skill
power.
points.
Is it anything free?
The book takes a piece of your soul.
That's how it recharges itself.
That's right.
Can anybody do it, or only people that read giant?
As someone else is looking at, if somebody else who doesn't read giant were to look at the book, they could sort of, just by scanning the runes, they would feel the same effect begin to affect them. It doesn't seem to require that the person read the language. At least for the magic portion. The actual understanding of what the book says would probably require the language.
Does anybody want to boost their animal handling and or history?
Nah.
Well, there's a general history of everything. That's a lot of history to know.
Indeed. I have a -1 on my intelligence, so I'm not into the history.
Yeah, I'll read it. I have a
Which one?
+3 for history, and
I mean, I'm a ranger. I'll learn how to handle animals.
There you go. Casson passes the books out.
But it's going to take a while, so we'll have to do it later.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. It'll take about an hour of reading
Okay. Ugh. All right, well, we'll
or
wait till.
scanning the runes.
Would everyone read that long?
Who would want to?
all right,
Let's
I'm
go
going up
down
here.
the east circle. This place is. Casson thinks this place is huge, and then thinks about how it was built by giants.
Brysus and
There's
Kazan.
ruins over here.
Yes.
Is it east from the upper ring where the tree is, or do we have to go down first?
You have to go down first.
Go down and then go.
The
There's
Yeah,
a
go to
giant
the
circle.
outer ring. There's runes.
So skip the statues.
We identify these ruins.
You guys approach along the outside of this ring hallway. You come up to a giant copper door. It is a huge double door. It looks solid. There appears to be no handles, no knobs, or anything on this door. On the floor in front of the door, there are inscribed 4 large runes on the ground.
Okay, that damn one with the dots. I'm looking at the runes. It's the one we found where the wrath giants popped out. Both the places.
So it's the
on,
Krieg rune,
Yeah, Krieg rune is above that.
the Uvar.
On the door is inscribed a large, in capital giant letters, is a sentence that's sort of arcing across the front of the door. The sentence reads, "A death in war is but a cloud in a storm."
A death in war is but a cloud in storm. Okay.
And that is all that you see in front of you.
Chad is saying that we have a wand of detect magic. Is that right? Somebody have a wand of detect magic?
Hmm?
Perhaps, I don't know. Sometimes you have to go look in your inventory.
We need a party accountant.
I think you do.
Or,
I'm pretty sure the Warforged Mage had a wand of detect magic.
Somebody in charge of keeping track of these things.
I think you took that from him. I don't know who took it.
I didn't take it.
I don't have it.
Did anybody take that wand?
Someone check my inventory.
I'm looking at your inventory right now.
I don't recall this, but it's very possible.
Staff of Pain, Horn of the Rune.
It'd be terrible if we just left a magic wand lying somewhere.
I don't see it. Bryce, you're the only one who would have taken a wand, right?
Probably.
Chad's saying that Corinne took it.
Really?
It's possible she took it and just didn't put it in her inventory.
That's what's always possible.
Definitely possible.
Well,
Thank you, chat. We love you. Thank
Damn it.
you. All hail the mightiness of the chat.
That's a useful thing.
Yeah, we'll say Corinne just happens to find it in her luggage. Oh yeah, I forgot you had this.
It was hiding underneath her bag of holding.
Right.
She put it in the bag of holding.
There you go.
Yeah, that's where it was. So it just detects magic.
How does it work? Yeah.
Let's find out. It casts detect magic.
Well, that is actually spiffy to have.
You can cast the detect magic spell from it. I will paste the description of detect magic. For the duration, you see the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn its school of magic, if any. So yeah, it allows you to detect magic.
Okay.
Everything.
So we want to use that on the runes.
I mean, you use it, and for the next, I don't know what the duration is. Hold on a second. Look at the duration. Up to 10 minutes, and then for up to 10 minutes, you can just see magic in the area. Anything that you can see.
Yeah, that could be useful.
Sure.
Here.
Yeah. I will cast that.
Okay, Corinne, you wave your magic wand on yourself, and in front of you, you see the very clear magical outline of magic around all 4 of these runes. And on the door in front of you, you see a magical outline around 4 of the words in that sentence.
Ooh.
The words death, war, cloud, and storm.
All the nouns.
All the nouns.
All the actual words. Okay, so did we just identify all the runes? I'm guessing the one with dots is death. Because in our little note thingy it says that we found that where the 2 zombie wraith giant guys were interred. It was on their like coffins.
So which one's war then?
I don't know what any of the other ones are. So what do we have? The Krieg rune is on a banner. That could be war.
Yeah, because you put the... Okay.
What was that? It's
Ubar is
Ubar.
on the horn.
That could be storm or cloud. That's the one that bellows.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to go to the magic items section in your journal, also you can read the descriptions of these items that you've gotten.
Yeah, I bet the Krigrun is war. So what that means, maybe we have to like touch the runes in order, or something. Yeah, Chaz
Probably, yeah. Yeah, do that.
At some point. Chaz reminds me to use a fortress as a weapon at one point, the 10d10
right.
bludgeoning.
Yep.
Would it come in handy with the dragon battle? We forgot about it.
Alright, so we saw Death, War, Cloud, Storm.
What's the lower left one? Have we seen that one before?
Stein rune. The left side the same as the right. Tim and I are on the left side.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are in a different spot. All right. Halford and Tim, you see the same thing. You see.
Did we split up again?
You split up.
Why the hell did you split up?
Tim and Alfred, you come to a hallway.
Jesus Christ.
Very surprised by this.
I know. This is our modus
It
operandi.
always works out so well.
On the ground, you see 4 runes.
How many people other than me have died? And when was that because we split up?
He's got a point.
You're right, that is Cloud, because, yeah, this one was engraved on the giant statues in Raven Rock, and I'm guessing that means Cloud, because it's a Cloud giant library. So I think you're right. From top to bottom, left to right, it's Death, War, Cloud, Storm.
Tim and Halford, you guys see 4 runes, another huge copper door, and engraved on that door, Halford, you can read a sentence in Giant that reads, "Frost to a stone is as sacred as fire."
How did you get those 4 words on the other side? It was detect magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have that on this side. Frost is as sacred as fire.
You guys also have 4 runes?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the same thing then. Frost, Stone,
Sacred fire.
Alright, well, presumably we need to activate them.
Well, y'all are tankier than I am, so I'm gonna hide around the corner.
Do we just step on him, you think?
I'll give you a pat and say, have at it.
Well, let's go step on the first one and see what happens.
Corinne, is the runes lighting up at all? In detect magic? Or DM, are they lighting up at all?
Yeah. Corinne, you definitely see the runes have the outline of magic about them.
Okay.
The runes on the ground are, in fact, magical in some way, shape, or form.
I will look back at these 2 and then walk up and step on the... Wait, what is the sentence again? Is death the first one? Yeah, death and war.
My head is literally just peeking around a corner.
I'll step on the death rune. What I think is the death rune.
Kazan, you step on the rune, and nothing happens. Corinne, you see when he steps in that rune, the magic emanating from it gets much brighter on that particular rune and not the 3 others.
I will then move from this rune to the one to the right, which I think is the war rune.
Same thing. Nothing happens. Corinne, you see the rune light up brighter. And the other rune that he just stepped on is still lit up.
All right. Okay. Keep going, Kazan.
Yeah. I will then carefully go from this one to the lower lower left rune. Yeah, I'm like Indiana Jones stepping on the fucking like Yahweh thing. All right, the lower left one, which I think is Cloud.
Same thing happens. Nothing that you can see, Kazan. Corinne, you can see that 3 runes are now lit up.
And then I will step on what I think is Storm.
All right. Kazan, all you see is the giant copper door in front of you just slowly creak open. And Corinne, you see for a brief moment the runes on the ground and the words on the door both flash brightly and then die. And the door...
Need to update these things. So this is the...
opens.
This one means death. Then Krieg means war.
So the glowing around the runes has died, right?
It has.
Okay, good.
Although it doesn't like dragons or demons, so I picked the wrong party to travel with. This one is Cloud. Can you describe what I'm seeing in here?
Yes.
Or book.
More books, yeah.
Yes. Inside are more books on the top and bottom, or it's more general books that you just like the ones you saw in the outer area. At the end of the room, though, it appears to be some sort of work area. There are pens and stray pieces of parchment all over the work table. It looks like people are writing books here. Yeah, it looks like someone was actually researching a topic and writing a book about that particular topic at this table. Kazan,
Is it written in giant?
It is written in giant.
All right. Kazan's not delighted with all this bookwork, but he will attempt to decipher it for the interest of figuring out what's going on.
Kazan, you... anybody can roll an investigation check to just look around the room also, if they want to. Kazan, you see a number of notes that some of the notes seem to, they're all in different hands and seem to be from different sources. They seem to be detailing events in the war between the giants and the dragons. The details of specific battles, the enemies, their tactics, that sort of thing. And then in the center of that, someone has been writing a book. On the front of that book, hold on, player handouts. On the front of that book is a rune.
Another one.
That looks like this. And I will give you all edit capabilities in this one.
I think we've seen that one before.
Kazan, as you peruse this book, it is detailing the enemies of the Empire. It's very unfinished, but you see 3 specific sections that have been started about 3 prominent members of the enemy. One of them details a dread red that was fearsome and burned many giants in battle. There are details of it leading many of the small folk into battle with it, humans and elves and whatnot. And that those small folk seem to revere the Red as some sort of great leader and be afraid and awed by him. The second section details a great white that they detail a number of instances where the giants, these giants specifically, believe that the white could see the future and had set ambushes for them, for their forces at a number of places. You're noticing, Kazan, there's no names in this book.
My follow-up question.
They are referring to these. They don't even use any like nouns to describe these enemies. They're using the color names, and they seem to be talking about these color names as beasts. They're not even prescribing them like personhood. They're just these force of nature enemies they're describing. And the third describes a blue that was cruel and cunning. And there's a specific story about one battle where a blue led an army of stone men against a cloud giant castle. And when the cloud giant lord went out to face the army with his forces, the blue snuck into his home and consumed his children during the battle and allowed all her forces to be destroyed while she did so.
Oh. Dick move.
That is all that is in this book.
That was the last journal entry.
That was the last journal entry, yes.
Is the rune... So why is the rune on the cover of this book, then? Is it magical at all, or just...
No, it seems to be... You, Corinne, having followed them in, can testify that there's no magic to this particular rune. It seems to be a label in nature. Either the magic has not yet been ascribed to the rune, or... You're not entirely
the title.
Sure. You're not entirely sure how the rune magic works. If just the mere presence of the rune is magical, or if it has to be given magic. But
it's the Dewey Decimal System.
But this one specifically has no magic to it. Bryces.
Yes.
You're
that's me.
You're poking around in this room, and you are looking around at the books. And to the right here, or to the left of Kazan, you see a little globe sitting on the table, on the workbench. And you see what looks to be a seam around the edge of the globe, as if it might be two pieces of a whole.
Ooh. I immediately try to start twisting it to see if I can get it apart.
Okay. You immediately start twisting it, and the top pops right off, and inside you see a small glass file, and a small, what looks like a shot glass. Well, they're small to you, but they're large to you, but they're giant size. So the small vial is probably I don't know, what's the 3 times the size of a vial?
A flask.
A flask, yeah.
A graduated beaker.
Yep. And there is a bubbling liquid.
Erlenmeyer flask.
There is a bubbling liquid inside of this flask.
Pretty.
It appears to be a potion of some kind.
Drink it, drink it.
Does it say drink me?
I'll sniff it.
You sniff it. Roll an Arcana check.
Uh-oh. I see Kazan slowly blacking away from where I'm standing.
You sniff it. It doesn't seem harmful to you. It seems like it probably tastes nice. But it seems to have some sort of magical properties that you can't quite identify at this time. You'd have to actually study it a bit during a short rest perhaps, to identify its properties.
Cool. I'll put it back in the little globy thing. Treasure box.
Are you going to take the globe with you?
Hell yeah. Oh, can I?
Yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, there's no reason you couldn't.
Wait. Globy thing full of magic potion.
Okay. Yes.
I will scan the books in case I find anything else like the others that had magical bits.
Okay. Roll another investigation check.
Hey.
I need like a magical box that I can pull out all this cool shit in, and it just like takes it back to wherever my home base is.
I have been super average on all my investigation rolls.
Have. And you do not see...
That's Kazan.
Yeah.
Super average at smarts.
They all look to be... They're all written in the giant language. Most of them... Yeah, they all seem to be normal books. You don't see any magic text in your cursory scan.
Wait, so what are we looking for? There was nothing in here then.
I found a cool thing.
Yeah.
You were specifically asking the books about dragons, and they told you needed to check out the...
Yeah.
This is one of the studies that they were telling you about.
But this... Should I take this book then? Does it look like it's valuable or have any more information or anything? Or did we...
There's no more information in it for you to gather.
Well, the takeaway was that there's actually 3 dragons that they were specifically at war with?
Yes.
Okay. So either the blue is only one of the dragons, or she's just the last one that's still doing bad things.
And there's nothing else in this room that stands out to me with my detect magic?
There is not. There seems to be... The door and runes still have the very faint glow of magic, but nothing else in this room appears magical to you.
Alright, let's go find the other jackasses.
Halford and Tim, you guys have been staring at these runes on the floor for a while.
Sure have.
Have you come to any conclusions?
Nope. Let's go open this door.
Okay.
Hopper walks over to the door.
Halford.
Oh shit.
Halford. Hold on. You didn't make it that far, Halford.
You've died since then.
Halford, you step on the rune and you don't see, nothing happens that you can tell with the runes, but you both see the final word in that sentence, fire, lights up, and from it...
Pay attention to which rune you stepped on so we know which one's fire.
It's a lot of fire.
A blast of fire comes pouring out of the word in the wall.
Out of a word?
Out of a word, yes.
The word of the day is fire.
Wait, good thing we didn't mess up the death part on ours.
It's coming out of the door,
It's coming out of the door itself, yes. The words are carved in the door, and that particular word lit up, and then fire just poured from the word.
So there's words on the door,
yes.
too.
Yes, there are words on the the word that sentence I pasted is.
Oh, is that?
That's what's
carved on the door.
That's on the door.
Giant? Is it written in common, giant? What's it written?
It's written in giant.
But the word in giant is different from the rune.
Well, you just walked in and you stepped on it in the wrong order, so it set you on fire.
Correct. I stepped on a rune, but what language is on the door?
Giant.
Which is different from the runes, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You don't know what the runes mean.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
We come around the corner and just see like fire spewing at them. Yeah, I think we found him.
I'm turning around.
Halford and Tim, will you please make dexterity saving throws? To avoid 17 damage.
Oops.
Tinderbox!
That's not what you want to do when you're...
Tinderbox, go.
I'm going to use...
Alright. Halford or Tim, you take half damage. Halford, what are you doing? Oh, you're using lucky, okay.
My lucky point. Reroll. Wait. Can you do it? So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's worse.
Wait.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Aha.
Oh, yeah, that triggers Lucky Halfling.
Yeah, and you know what? Okay, yeah, you can do that. That your lucky specifically does not have the same wording that your lucky halfling does, where it says you have to use the new roll.
Mm.
Good point.
So now he must use it, though.
Now whatever you land with now.
I'm a bitch.
Oh.
Halford does a little dance like he's gonna dodge the fire.
The fire dances with him.
And then with the last misstep, he gets blasted back.
Yep.
Take 17 damage.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Pretty good.
All right.
What you doing?
I think we figured out the rune thing.
Kazan, you hear
Us too.
You hear voices behind you, Kazan.
Stop. I don't think the fire is
Right,
part of the.
Don't step on him.
Kazan, you hear disembodied voices, or Bryce is here in the back now. You hear disembodied voices behind you. Well, you can't understand them, Bryce, because they're speaking.
My least favorite kind of voices.
Yep. And they are saying, Kazan, you can understand the giant language they're speaking. They say, oh dear, Gerald, we seem to have intruders. It does appear so, does it not? Oh dear, look at that. I haven't seen the tree do that in centuries.
God damn it, Halfred.
Indeed. Beautiful, but slightly grotesque, I would say. Indeed it is. I feel for whoever's on the wrathful side of these tree spawn.
Oh, man.
And Bryce and Kazan, you'd hear steps coming your direction.
Nope. Hiding behind the halfling.
I'm gonna go ahead and have everybody roll initiative. Uh-oh.
Halfred coughs, and smoke comes out of his mouth.
Kazan was so taken aback. His internet crashed.
Ten to 2.
Yep.
Tree people, huh?
Tree people.
Eric said his computer froze, so if you'll roll his initiative for him.
Okay. I will do that.
His computer was just so excited that...
Oh, Corinne, you're with your teammates. You're not way the hell over here. I just forgot to move you. Yeah. Let's roll both of the Kazan and Corinne. Okay, well, Kazan goes first. His computer froze, you said?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
boy.
said PC froze.
That's fun. People are having all sorts of computer...
Seems like a good time for a break.
You know, yeah, let's do that. Why not?
Yeah.
Better than wait until after the battle. Yeah, let's take a break and we come back and you guys will fight the tree spawn.
Maybe when we come back, the tree's probably killed already.
Maybe. Problem took care of itself.
Sorry.
That's right, we're taking a break. An early break before the fight starts.
Oh. Remind me to kill him.
think we're coming back. One of the few times that break music actually ended where it's supposed to. We're like right on time. Yes, you guys were about to get into a fight. Kazan.
God damn you, Alfred. I hate you so much.
Well, I'm the one that just got roasted.
You set off the trap. Now we've got something coming after us.
How's that
Do I
supposed to know?
see anything?
You don't see anything yet. You heard footsteps coming your direction.
As a free action, I would like to just shout out to see if the books care and be like, hey, that's us. Sorry, we had a little problem with the door, with the runes. A little rusty. Since I could hear them, I assume they could hear me.
Sure. You hear one of them say, like, "Oh dear, well, I do hope you survive."
That just pisses me off.
Alfred's angry.
Alfred lights a torch and sets the eternal tree to fire.
Oh no.
I will just stand up here and ready my Eldritch Blast if anything comes within my sight. Let's see. 5. I still can't see anything. Yeah, I mean, at this point, our best bet is if it's unleash long range on it. So yeah, if anything comes around, as soon as it comes into my sight, I will launch my Eldritch Blast at it, try to knock it backwards.
Okay.
Did you roll an 18 for me? Good man.
I did. Halfred.
Kazan doesn't see anything?
I can see up to here, and I see nothing. It came. I mean, if it came from the tree, it literally came from over here.
Oh, that's a column. My bad.
Yeah, there are columns.
Thought that was a circle or something.
So it might take it a turn or two to even get within range.
I'm gonna just dust myself off.
I'm gonna glare at you this whole time.
Let's go hide in that room over there.
Don't go near the fruit skin.
I'm gonna ready in action also. I will shoot the first non-party member moving thing that appears.
All right.
Good clarification.
Yes. Okay. Kazan, you weren't in the darkness ahead of you. You weren't sure if what you were seeing was part of the library, but as soon as it steps out, you're able to see a figure. What's your range on your Eldritch Blast? Probably better than 40 feet.
120.
120. All right. Well, you guys, I don't know, Halford. Oh yeah, Halford's not gonna get to see him until they get much closer.
Dude, come over here where you get the angle.
Well, he doesn't have dark vision, so he's got the torchlight, and that's it. Kazan, you see
right
two
here.
humanoid-looking figures come around the corner, and at first they look fairly human in nature, but then you can see just sharp branches and wooden spikes seem to be sticking out from all over their bodies.
Did you say they are a magical plant?
I would say they're a magical plant. I would.
Excellent. So
We got plant creatures coming down the corridor.
Are they a monstrosity?
And they look a little bit like this.
That is definitely a plant creature.
Why does it have boobs?
That's a good question. I didn't notice that, so you said it. I don't know. Because they're female plant creatures?
They have to nurse their young plants?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it was drawn by a man, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
A horny man.
That's right. I said man, didn't I?
Party for what? Plant creatures? It's a weird place to show your oats, but whatever.
Look, the point is, you put boobs on everything.
Yeah.
And if it already has boobs, you put another pair.
Reese, I think you're muted.
Oh, is he giving us the boob commentary that we said?
I don't know. I just hear talking on my left side.
He's desperately trying to inform us.
All those missed jokes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Curses.
Sure, there was a good one in there.
You would have been in tears.
Kazan, you may roll your Eldritch Blast now as you see these two creatures come around the corner.
Ah!
Goes straight up into the ceiling. Some rocks.
God, I was
fall.
even waiting for him too.
Yep. Kazan, you see them when they come around the corner and they spot you and your party. They stop and they begin to rush forward with a burst of speed. And as they do, they both come angle at the walls. As they approach the walls, they begin skittering up the walls on all fours.
Oh, creepy. Xenomorph.
So now they are crawling about 10 feet above the ground along the sides of these walls coming at you. And they're going to 5, 10, 15,
They're on the walls.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Wait, I should have
Oh,
shot
yeah,
him.
you shot him. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your attack.
He hasn't
Oh,
acted yet, right?
shit.
He is not.
Right next to me.
Yeah, he did. He just did act. Didn't he?
First.
Well, he dashed, but that would have been after Halford saw him.
Oh.
After I saw him,
Yeah.
I get advantage on this attack roll. Short, eight.
Your short blade bow goes scratching along some wood, and you almost seem to make purchase, but you do not. And the attack does not go through.
Shit.
Ruh-roh.
That's pretty solid armor.
20, 25, 30.
Alright, when it gets within 10 feet of me, I'd like to use my reaction.
Go for it. Which 10 feet of you is right where he's at now, because he is about 10 feet up the wall right now.
Okay. Well, that's 17.
You barely catch a nick in the wood and just send your glaive cutting down its chest. And you do the damage.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. Does it bleed?
It does not bleed.
If it doesn't bleed, I don't know what to do.
And in fact, as your glaive carves wood from this creature, the branches along its back shoot outward.
Oh.
Ow.
When a creature hits the tree spawn with a melee attack, as a reaction, it making an attack, dealing 2d8 piercing damage. If the attack is successful, the target is restrained, impaled on a branch.
Oh! I got impaled on a branch.
The target or an ally may remove it from the branch. Remove it. No, I think it's supposed to say itself. From the branch as a bonus action, at which time the target takes an additional 2d8 piercing damage.
God damn. Or wait, it was 7 damage.
So you are currently stabbed.
So he skitters along the wall, or she. I stab at it, and just this fucking spike comes out and stabs me in the shoulder. Just holds me there, and like, they're defending themselves somehow.
Okay. And it is Tim. It's your turn. That's the best icon for.
Does that hit?
That
Oh wait, I have. Hold up. What's the first roll? Okay, it's a 13.
Yeah.
Never mind.
First roll is a 13 plus 3. Plus
All right.
3. Sure does. Jesus
That's
Christ.
good.
Yeah,
that was really good damage.
Yep.
4 away from max.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, you said one of your leeches just boring into the center of this creature.
This is the opposite of Talus's Firebolt. Like, you always fucking destroy
Yeah.
with this spell.
Yes. That is true. Forgot about that firebolt.
Never hit.
Never again. Granted, that was a cantrip and this is a first level spell, but still.
Yeah. All right, your leech bores into the creature, and it does not react to that because it's not a melee attack. It's a spell.
It's well, yeah.
I think it specifically says melee attack. A touch wouldn't quite be the same thing. At least I'm not gonna say it is.
I'm not gonna try to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Convince me otherwise.
Nope.
All right, Brysis.
Alright, so how damaged does the one in front of us look?
Tim just took a chunk out of it, but it's doesn't look too bad.
Alright. I don't like being next to things that could possibly kill me. So we're just gonna go for it. So it is a magical plant, correct?
It is a magical plant. Well, it's the monster type is plant, yes. Obviously.
It is a plant creature. Let's put it that way.
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, is it plant or plant-like?
It's a plant adjacent.
It is a plant like you are a fiend. It has plant properties.
I think our DM forgot that I took this as my first fourth level spell.
Or maybe I didn't, and I just wanted to give you plant creatures to kill. You don't know. Let's see.
As a plant creature, it has to make the saving throw at disadvantage, and then my spell will do maximum damage to it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Plant creature, magic plant, makes a saving with disadvantage, and the spell deals max damage to it. So if he saves with disadvantage,
he'll
it's still
take
half of
half.
max, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So 8d8 is 64,
Ha.
right?
Okay.
I remember my third grade math, and I don't.
Okay. Fascinating. What is the save?
DC 16 con save.
How does it constitute? Oh, there!
That was it.
64 damage. What is it? Necromantic energy. Draining moisture and vitality.
So what happens here is Tim's leech has just bored a hole in the center of this plant creature. And following that leech in, this necromantic bolt of energy goes straight into the center of the creature. And you just watch the brown bark of the plant turn gray and crack as the necromantic energy spreads across this entire creature until the entire thing is just a gray pallid color, and its claws let go of the wall, and it just falls to the ground dead.
Nice.
The Tim and Bryce's 1-2 punch.
Would you like to know how much damage you need to do to kill that creature?
5.
64 damage.
Oh,
Wow!
nice.
Just so you know.
Jeez.
Holy
You
crap.
got another one of those, right?
I have a second 4th level spell, yes.
'Cause I'm currently stabbed by this thing.
Corinne.
I don't know if I want you to burn all your 4th level spells right now.
Okay, so the second creature is the one next to Kazan-ish?
Yes.
Okay.
It is currently about 5 to 10 feet up the wall, clinging onto it like an insect or something, and one of the spikes on its back is impaling Kazan through the shoulder.
Oh, right.
Not pleasant.
So still, okay. So I will cast my my witch bolt at a level 3.
Okay. Let's see. You find that. Witch bolts. Level 3. You're having a video delay, so I will tell you what your damage is.
Thank you. Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
25 to hit for 19 lightning damage. You're lightning straight into the creature and lock on that lightning ray or whatever. Lightning arc.
Arc. Yeah.
Yes. And pour lightning into him.
I wish that damage is right. I only rolled 1d12. Did she cast at level 3?
Oh. Let's see. Add 1d12 for each slot above the first. No, it's not
12,
right.
and then there's her charisma, and then there's a staff.
Yeah, the staff and the charisma are in there, but the extra 1d12s are not.
So that should be more damage.
It should be. It should be 2d12 more damage, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just roll 2d12.
I will just roll 2d12 for you. Good catch, Kazan. I didn't notice.
It's like that did more or less damage than his leeches at level 1.
God damn. All right, what's 19
That's
plus 16?
better. 35. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
You can math, honey.
I mean, barely.
All right, 35 damage. Yeah, that's, yeah. Even more chunks of branch and sap go flying as electricity pours into it.
Oh god, don't pour it into my body.
The lightning goes down the branch and into Kazan.
No!
Don't worry, wood is not a very good conductor.
That's true.
Yep. All right, Kazan, it's your turn.
Alright, so if I hit this thing, it's going to keep stabbing me? Is that...
You're restrained. I don't remember what exactly restrained does. Let me look
It
at
just means you can't move.
You're gonna take 2d7 damage, or whatever the damage is, when you remove the branch from yourself. Whether that's now or when the creature's dead or whatever.
It's terrible. And what does it mean when I'm restrained?
Restrained. Speed becomes 0. Can't use any benefits to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
So it's super bad.
It's bad. And you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So yeah, you can...
It's an action to remove the branch.
It's a bonus action to remove the branch from yourself.
Alright. Fuck this. I'm gonna just reach into its mind and make it fucking get away from me.
But you will be dragged with it.
Yeah, you're
attached to it.
Oh, shit.
You were impaled, as it were.
Well, I pictured it like literally
Leaning,
going, but I guess
yeah.
not.
It'll just make you flat behind it.
Alright, there's no check for it, it's just I use a bonus action to remove it?
Yep.
Alright, well, I will do that.
Okay. Alright, you pull the branch out of your body, and deals 11 damage to you as it comes out.
Yeah, I don't want to touch these things anymore.
You are
I'm gonna
free of the branch.
I'm gonna use Dissonant Whispers as a warlock spell slot. And attempt to rack into its mind and tell it, well, just RP wise, it's like trying to get in there and say, like, we are not your enemies. The enemies are down there.
Alright. Wisdom. Take off the disadvantage. That was
Damn
it. What happens on half damage? So half of 15, 7. All right. Take you off the impale. Halfred.
Halfred's going to fire at him.
You said he was within 10 feet of me before, right?
Yes.
So if I move out of his range, it does not incur attack of opportunity?
I would not.
All right, I will step back a few then, and that way, when he moves in, I'll at least get another free hit on him.
All right.
I don't want to get stabbed at this fucking thing again.
But you hit him, then he'll impale you again.
I know, but Nothing I can stop about that.
Let's see.
That's why I'd use the spell instead of stab him, but
21 for 9.
For 9. All right. You send an arrow sailing into this creature, and the arrow knocks into the wood, and it looks like it did some damage, but maybe not as much as you were hoping.
Wait, so arrows don't do much against it?
Yeah. Doesn't seem like the arrow went in very deep. Let's say that.
Well, that's all I got.
Through the branch. The wood. 21 for 10. All right. Another arrow knocked into the wood of this creature. Okay. The tree spawn is going to look back over at you, Kaz, and it's going to leap off the wall, all fours.
God damn it.
Facing front. You can go ahead and do your...
I mean, I might as well, because...
You don't have to, yeah. You don't have to, but...
I guess I don't have to. Yeah, I'm not going to, actually. I'll let it come at me. I don't want to get fucking stabbed by this thing.
Actually, change the thing.
Oh, fuck. I should just cast defensive spell.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That's a crit.
It likes the taste of your blood.
As it launches off the air cast, and it comes down to you with both of its pointed claws and just digs them both into each shoulder.
My ghost is gonna fucking destroy Halfred. I'm gonna terrorize him.
So interesting thing is, if we step on more runes in the incorrect order, are more magical plant monsters going to appear, or is this it? You know, I can't wait to find out.
Yeah.
Hey, Alfred, run and step on another one.
Kazan, splintering branches stab into your body.
Hey.
If you move while the branches are embedded, you suffer disadvantage on all dex-based saving throws and checks. If you attack, you suffer disadvantage on all melee and ranged weapon attacks. And you or one of your allies may remove the splinter as an action, dealing 2d8 piercing damage to the creature and ending the effects.
So you got impaled again?
Impaled again. This one's not attached to the creature, though. It is straight up just a big piece of wood sticking in Kazan.
I'm gonna stab you with this wood if I survive this. I am gonna stab you with this piece of wood.
All right, Tim, it's your turn. Kazan's not looking good. Well, honestly, the tree creature has also been hacked apart pretty good.
I'm almost dead.
You'll be fine.
It just carved chunks off me.
Sorry, we'll have a round.
I could heal you, but don't worry. I got this. 100% confidence.
Kaz is barely clinging on to sentience at this point.
I'd always wish that. Oh, man. Hell, that was great damage, too. That was amazing damage.
Even better.
Oh, boy.
Wow, 10-9-9.
You're
Roll
boring.
a 5 and a 1.
Jesus.
That worked out just as I had hoped.
All right, braces.
Excellent. Our cleric is using damaging spells. That's good.
It would have worked.
Okay. Let's.
So they're frozen? She's frozen, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was waiting for her to talk, but I was
Yeah,
I was
she just
unclear
texted
for a
me.
minute there.
like, there's a slight motion blur on her image, though.
Her piece is just locked up. Of course, on her turn.
What is happening tonight?
I don't know.
She said she wants to cast Magic
3
Missile
for
level
6
3.
so far.
All right, I will do that for her. Magic Missile at level 3.
And it's just me and Raymond next with
yeah,
problems.
exactly.
There's no way I can
I'm
go
gonna
down.
give him problems. I'm gonna throw him on top of that rune again.
Good luck, Alfred.
He said non-bitterly.
God, that's awful damage for a 3rd level spell slot.
It is. She can. Well, I mean, they're 1d4s. I don't know if she'd actually want to re-roll those.
You know she probably
She
would.
probably would. I mean, she can. How does that work? Where is it? Oh, Empower spell. Okay. When you roll damage for spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point. All right, 1 sorcery point. Reroll 5 damage dice, minimum of 1. You must use new rolls. All right, I think she rolled 3 ones. 3 ones and 1 2. Do you think she'd reroll all of those?
I think she would.
Okay. It's 1 2 3 4. 44.
She's confirming that via text.
I
Okay.
was like, if only there was a way we could ask her.
She's been texting with me.
So this is 12 minus 1 2 3 4 5. 12 minus 5 is 7. Plus what I'm about to roll. 7 plus 9 is 16. That's slightly better.
Okay.
Alright, she sends magic missiles flying into the creature. They knock off chunks of the bark. The creature does not look good. It's barely standing. Chunks of it are missing. But it is still standing. And Corinne, it's your turn.
Well, I still have Witch Bolt arcing towards this guy.
Yeah.
It's not that much damage, though. But, yeah, I guess I'll do that. So I'll deal 1d12 damage to him again. Her. Again.
Now, which bolt?
As we know.
You don't. Do you re-roll the level that you
I
did
don't-
it? Or is it-
No, I think it's just. Yeah, I'm looking at the book, and I think it's just 1d12.
Oh, it's
it
another-
says at higher levels the initial damage increases by 1d12. So it's not great. But
But you don't have to re-roll the attack, right? Just
right, yeah. So it's
Okay.
just 1d12 damage.
Okay, we can go ahead and roll that. Oh, I was waiting for you to roll.
Oh,
it.
you're waiting for me. Sorry, yeah. I'm
That's right. That's where we're at.
my
tonight.
janky setup. Do not have the ability to
Okay.
roll right now.
2. You rolled a 2.
Good job, Christopher.
You put a few sparks in that creature. Your witch bolt.
You're welcome, team.
Kazan, it's your turn.
So how do I not get stabbed?
You have a branch impaled on you in you right now, but it's not doing damage. It's giving you disadvantage on attacks and disadvantage on dexterity-based throws. But other than that, it's not actually hurting you physically. If you remove the branch as an action, then it will do 2d8 piercing damage.
That might literally kill me. Is lay on hands an action? Yes, it is. Damn it. It's disadvantage on any attack rolls.
Melee and range. I don't think it's spells.
I'm. Let's see, how much does Cure Wounds take? Alright, I'm not casting this, I just want to see how many. Okay, I don't think that worked right. So 1d8 plus 3.
Oh, she's back. Alright,
Alright, well, as an action, I'm just going to use all of my lay on hands on myself.
Okay. $15 points. Restored.
'Cause I want to not die.
I would suggest that you move over.
I will fucking stab you.
Caston's very angry.
Not set up right now.
Okay. Alfred.
Hopper feels terrible. Just let me help you remove that branch.
God damn it.
As an action, grabs the
All
right.
And it stabs him again. Sorry,
pulls the
Caston.
branch out.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. Ranged attack.
28 for 10. All right. Take a chunk
Another
off.
range. I will use Lucky.
Okay.
Try to increase my damage or my attack roll.
Attack roll. Okay.
Plus 9.
All right.
Crit.
Don't worry about the damage. You're fine. With your last arrow, Halfred, you just point your bow right at the thing's face, and as you loose the arrow just catches the tree spawn in the face, and the whole face of the creature just goes cracking backwards, and it falls over dead. And combat has ceased with the tree spawn dead.
Hopper promptly flies in the air.
Bye!
Before I can grab you.
You look like you use some healing, friend.
Kazan stalks off into the corner over here and demands a short rest.
You also have to pull that branch out at some point.
Do I?
I mean, you can walk around with a branch together, buddy.
I mean,
Right.
mechanically, it's better if I don't pull it out.
Describe this branch.
It is like a maybe half-inch thick branch of a tree that has been impaled into Kazan's midsection somewhere. Let's say
What are the
shoulder.
rules for bleeding out?
You won't take any damage until you remove it. You'll just be in intense pain until you remove it. But that won't.
Arceus will go up and rip it out of his shoulder.
It's a good character arc for me. Always in intense pain.
But you will suffer all the penalties as long as you have it in your body.
Alright. I walk over and just fucking pull it out.
Wait, do you have enough HP?
I hope
Do you?
so.
For 7 damage.
I did lay on hands myself, so.
Okay. Alright, yep, 7 damage as
Yes.
you remove the branch and throw it to the ground, presumably.
I say very quietly, alright, let's Let's take a minute to read the runes first, shall we?
Are you want to take a short rest?
I would love to.
Okay, that's totally fine. You guys can just sort of chill out while you look at these runes, and you can all take a short rest and roll any hit die you wish to roll. While you are short resting, you spend a little bit of time. Damn. Oh, that's with Constitution bonuses. Bryce, you spent a little time looking at the potion that you procured.
Ooh.
Oh, you guys can do your books too.
Yes, you can. And you are able to identify the liquid in the vial that is constantly bubbling as bubble brew. Upon drinking this potion, the drinker begins to slowly float upwards for the next 10 minutes at a rate of 10 feet per minute to a maximum height of 100. Once the potion wears off, gravity once again begins to affect the drinker, and they fall to the ground, taking all associated damage. Another creature may attempt to anchor the drinker, making a DC 10 strength check for every minute for a total of 10 checks. I don't know how useful this is, but it's the Willy Wonka.
If we needed to ascend a shaft, then yeah.
Okay.
Do we not use our constitution for
I think you do, right? For rolling hit die?
I think so too. I just clicked on the D10 and.
Alright.
I also
Yeah.
just clicked on the D10, yeah. Should be included.
Isis and Halfred. Also, as you are resting, Halfred and Bryces. Halfred, as you scan your eyes over the book, you feel the glittering text of the magic imprint itself on your eyes, and like the Matrix, you feel information being downloaded into your skull. And after some time of this, the text on the book is no longer glowing, and you now have proficiency in animal handling. Bryces, same thing for you. Although yours is significantly more boring because you don't understand the language that you're reading.
No, so I've taken out like a writing utensil and I've started drawing googly eyes
Okay.
on any of the people and like images.
Yeah. But yet, even as you draw googly eyes on the pictures and the people, you still feel the glittering text of the letters imprint themselves on your brain. And you now have proficiency in history.
Yay!
That doesn't seem correct.
Is that how history works?
I'm smarted. I learned things. I drew pictures. Like my SATs all over again.
Corinne, would you like to roll some hit die? You were at 25 of 49, so I feel like maybe you...
Oh, yeah.
would
That
like
would be great. I didn't know that.
I don't know. You got 6. However, I don't know. How many you want to roll? D6s.
I don't remember. How does it work? Like, why would I not roll all of them?
Because you might, if you decide to take another short rest between
Like, for the
now-
next short rest?
Yeah. You can roll them out now if you want.
I will roll 3 hit die.
You roll 3 hit die for 15 HP, which brings you up to 40 of 49.
Cool.
Okay, you guys are now hanging out in front of this other room with other runes written on the floor.
Quick, step on it before he figures it out.
Hopper says, obviously that was not the right step to take.
Well, I mean, that's one down.
Go the other way.
Try the next
All right,
one.
which one did you step on?
I stepped on this bottom one. Right here.
All right, so that's fire.
And to remind you that the door reads, "Frost to a stone is as sacred as fire."
This one is the Stein, which was seen on the Orb of the Stein rune. What the hell is the Orb of the Stein rune?
Tim, come over here. I need your light.
It is the orb that Tim is carrying.
Tim, what's your orb say deal thing do? Oh, that's got to be stone then, right? Because it's
Yeah.
stone shit.
Yeah, it's an orb of granite, so yeah, that's stone.
Okay, so the lower left one is stone, lower right is fire. Wait, you have the cloud rune here?
Should we use the wand to see the words again, just to make sure we know the right words?
Stone.
What if it's only 3 words?
You still got it. You still got it on, actually, Corinne. 10 minutes has not gone by yet. Well, I guess technically it has, but we'll say that you were able to look before it faded away during the short rest. And you saw same thing. The 4 runes were lit up, and the 4 words frost, stone, sacred, and fire were lit up.
Oh,
One on the-
we know the top left one is cloud.
We must not have done that right then. There's no cloud here. Unless it's supposed to be sacred.
Are you actually comparing them side by side?
I wrote it down as cloud because I thought that was the one on the right side. On the
I am.
The one in the upper right was the one that Harshnag had engraved on his axe. Which I guess means frost, because he's a frost giant. We could assume top left one is the sacred then.
Seems logical.
Yeah.
So it'd be upper right, lower left. No. Yeah, upper right,
Yeah.
lower left, upper left, lower right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I am gonna physically, and I will roll this if you want me to, but I am gonna grab Halfred and shove him over to the right rune and tell him, do as I say.
I will roll the same to throw him instead.
Oh god, you guys are in danger of rolling onto the wrong rune.
What's the check?
Both of you roll athletics checks, please. See who throws who onto that rune. Although you're both gonna be still
I'm gonna laugh
standing
if the
there.
freaking halfling beats you.
I know.
Why don't we just send, like, Mage Hand to go press on the rune or something instead of wrestling each other to...
Corinne
Go
rolls her
first.
eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Two 18s. You guys like lock arms on shoulders, just like two.
All right, now what should happen is one of the rest of the 3 of y'all, one of y'all should just like sigh and then walk over and start doing the process while we just fucking have it out.
Yeah, they are locked in Mortal Kombat right now.
I'm going
so
to
let's-
cast
Mortal
I'm going to
Kombat.
cast Mage Hand to go and press on the first rune.
Okay. Your wand of magic detection has run out, so you're not seeing those outlines anymore. But you go and put your mage hand on the rune, and none of you see any reaction. Nothing happens.
Nothing happened when I was stepping on the runes either, though.
Yeah, so it must be
Yeah.
the right one.
Mhm.
Right, nothing happens. It's good.
On to the next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna direct my Mage Hand to do them in order. So we said it was upper right and then lower left
Yes.
next. So lower left next.
Okay. You press down the lower left rune. Nothing happens.
And then upper left
Nothing happens.
and then lower right.
As you press it down on the lower right rune, the copper door in front of you slides and grinds open.
I'm literally gonna walk over to where these two are like arm in arm fighting each other and just go pop.
I picture something like a badass throwdown, but it's probably just like fucking slap hands or something.
Right now, with matching 18s, all it is you guys just have both arms locked on each other's shoulders, and you're just.
Yep, I'm just gonna like pop them both really hard in the back of the head and make their foreheads hit each other,
Okay.
and then turn and walk
my
away.
waist, though.
That's true. Alfred just slams.
He's
it
using the
into
grab
Kaz's
alarm.
Stomach.
Yeah. Oh.
He's using the grabber arm.
And I'm just gonna walk past all this mess and
All
go
right.
into the room.
Go into the room. All right. You see an identical room to the one you saw in the east. There are research books to the top and bottom, and on the west side of the wall there are workbenches where works of literature are in progress. You start going through these books, and they appear to be about the giants themselves, their tactics in the war, their allies, their leaders, just general information about the Asturian Empire. Amongst all this information is what looks to be the notes of whoever was writing these books. And in his notes, he is commenting on the other giant races. The notes talk about the hill giants and stone giants being dense, non-thinkers who should be used as grunts and forward infantry. It talks about the frost giants being capable fighters, but not terribly diplomatic or political. It talks about the storm giants, and you can read a slight air of jealousy when the writing is about the storm giants and their leadership in the war. And you can also read here, near the bottom, it mentions the fire giants, and it talks about them being the greatest fighters of the giant armies. But in the margins next to this description, the writer has written, we can't trust them. When this war is over, we will have to turn on them as well. They are an evil and violent race. And scribbled underneath all that writing is what looks to be a rune. I will show you which one it is. This rune is scribbled underneath that writing.
So which one was the master race in his opinion?
Themselves, the cloud giants. There are multiple passages in these notes about how the cloud giants are clearly the most intellectual of the giant clans, and that in this humble writer's opinion, they should be leading the giants, not the storm clan.
Does he have any opinions on eugenics?
Probably, but they're not detailed here.
That one also isn't magical.
It does not appear to be. It's not even a book. These are just notes about the giant clans. And that is Bryce's. You rolled a 12 investigation. Okay.
And I agree.
Kazan.
My mid-roll investigation checks continue.
Kazan, you're scrolling through the books looking for whatever, and you see a book that does not actually appear to be a book, and it catches your eye.
Ooh, a non-book in this library.
On the binding of this book is just a large shield, and the shield that is on the binding of this book clearly has some sort of magical property to it. And
There's a physical shield, or
it's a small piece of
picture.
metal. It's a small piece of metal about this big, in the shape of a shield, and it's been attached to the binding of the book.
Okay. What does the book say?
You open the book, and it looks like magical scribblings on the inside. There doesn't seem to be any words written. But you definitely feel magic coming from this book.
Okay. Can you roll Arcana to figure?
Sure. You can roll an Arcana, see if you can figure out. All right. You're able to immediately identify what this book is. This book is not a book at all. Well, it's a book, I suppose.
The character's having an existential crisis over this book.
What is a book?
What is a book? Has this ever been a book? Am I a book?
What is the nature of book? This is a Book of Shields. It is a magical item that has 5 charges.
Oh, that's badass.
A charge can be expended to cast shield as a reaction. The shield is made out of paper from the book. Also, as an action, charges can be expended to gain
Wait, the shield is made out of paper?
Yes. Literally, paper comes flying out of the book and swirls about you and forms a shield.
Perfect defense.
As you can spend charges to gain a paper shield. The paper flies out of the book and spins around you at a radius of 5 feet. Depending on the charges you spent, you have cover from attacks from outside of the shield. 1 charge grants half cover, 2 charges 3/4, and 3 charges grants full cover. The creature that passes through the shield takes 1d6 piercing damage. If an attack dealing fire damage is made against you, the shield is reduced to the next lowest level of cover. The shield disappears after either 1 minute, it is reduced from half cover to no cover, or you use a bonus action to dismiss it.
Fascinating.
I noticed there's no comment on recharging.
No, as you use this book, pages will literally be torn from it to create these shields. So once the 5 charges are used up, the book is empty.
Oh, wow.
Just a hardcover.
Yep, it's just a hardcover.
So it doesn't work under the shield spell. Or no, it says cast shield.
Yeah, you can use 1 of the charges to cast shield as a reaction.
So it does the +5 AC thing? And
Yes. It's straight up, it is the shield spell. But you can additionally do all of the other, like, paper cover stuff.
That's pretty damn cool. All right. What is it? Does this have a name?
Book of Shields.
Okay. It's 5 charges. It's a limited use magic item.
It is. And that is all you guys see in this room. There doesn't seem to be anything else in here.
So we still haven't found what we're looking for.
Well, and there's supposed to be another, like the master's room or whatever.
Oh, okay. With more excellent riddles and locks and plant creatures to destroy me. I guess it's on the north side then?
Probably.
You haven't been up to the north side?
To the north side.
All right. The alabaster stone hallway curves to the north. And Tim and Corinne, as you guys approach the northern end of this circular hallway, you see another hallway full of runes. This time there are 6 runes carved on the floor in front of a giant copper door. And on that door is carved a giant sentence that neither one of you can read, because neither one of you speak giant.
Oh, coming. I was writing the thing down. All right, let me read
Alfred
whatever's
is
on the
only
door.
one I trust for this.
No, god damn it! I will wrestle him again.
Step on the words on the door.
I will hold Halfred's hand like a child.
The words on the door read: "A dragon on the wind is an enemy of life and a friend to death."
Okay. Dragon, wind, enemy, life, friend, death.
Wait, that's dragon, wind, enemy, life, friend.
Yeah, 6,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Dragon, friend, enemy, life, wind, death. What was it?
Dragon, wind, enemy, life, friend, death.
Dragon, wind, enemy, life.
All
friend,
right, death is the dot one, the middle right.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can draw on the map if that's helpful to you too, with the little paintbrush thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I can't write on the black. All right, well, be good. I can't see it. I guess that's death. Have we seen the other runes?
Yeah, we've seen
Didn't
these.
we have wind at some point?
So this one is a little drawing thing. This one is the one you just found on the other book.
Yes, which is all about giants and cloud giants being better.
So friend, that might be friend.
Yeah.
It's talking about all the other races. Or
Wait, why friend? Why not enemy? 'Cause
Or
it was-
life.
Well, the one for dragon. Which one is the one that was on the first book?
You guys do remember that one that you
The bottom
see,
right one.
The one you see there that Heather highlighted, it was scrawled, which you could pull the notes out if you took them, is scrawled right next to where he described his hatred of the fire giants.
Oh.
Okay, so that's
specifically on that
probably
spot?
enemy.
Yeah.
enemy.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I missed that.
That's going to be enemy then.
This
So-
one is enemy.
Yeah.
Okay. And the bottom right one was the one scribbled by the dragons. The book on dragons.
All right, so that'll be dragon then.
But I don't know if it was that near a specific spot too, or was it just on the book?
That was on the cover.
Wasn't that one on the
It
cover?
was on the cover.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be dragon.
Okay.
Then I'm betting this one next to it is wind,
Why are you betting on that?
because if you look at it, life, friend, death. Yeah. I'm betting it goes in a big circle. If this one is dragon, they all go in a pattern that's easy to get to.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to figure out
Dragon
which
is going to be next to wind or somewhere close to wind. If we've determined that the two in the middle are enemy and death, then the one next to it has to be wind by process of elimination. So dragon, wind, enemy. This one's enemy. And then this one up here is probably life,
the one in the
friend,
upper right we found on
and
the
then
tree,
death.
on the defense tree.
Oh, this one?
Top right.
No,
tree.
upper right. One looks like a 7.
Okay.
We found that on the tree that spawns the tree creatures.
And the
Good
tree
life.
is the tree of eternal life. Right?
I think so, yeah.
So that one's probably
Eternal
life
which is
then.
eternal tree.
So then that leaves this one to possibly be friend.
Man, we have much less to work with on this one. There's 2 we've never seen before, which is the upper left and lower left. Dragon on the wind. So it has to start. Yeah, you're right. I think wind does have to be the lower left because there's no way they'd make you skip runes. So it'd be lower right, lower left, mid left,
Or because these
No.
are dragons,
dragon on the
or
wind.
not dragons, giants,
Me.
the jump wouldn't be as bad for a giant.
And then, yep, I like what you're doing. And then go upper right, life, and a friend, upper left. Yep, and then death. Yeah, I think that's the path.
Good luck, Kevin.
Motherfucker. Do like Corinne said and use the damn mage hand. I'm fine with that. None of us have to fucking get hit by this thing. Well, unfortunately, it's going to spawn the fucking tree things again, but at least we won't get hit by the fireball.
Yeah.
Or whatever's going to come out here.
Move out of the direct path and mage hand it up.
All right.
So I'll cast Mage Hand and do the order Eric said, which I kind of lost. But yes, what's being now drawn on the live stream.
Yeah.
There's a slight delay, yes.
I got that the bottom right was dragon. That's where we're starting.
Okay. Following the... Who was that? Halfred who drew?
I did.
Okay. Following the order that Halfred drew on the ground here, or the diagram he made for you, you take your mage hand, you press it on dragon, nothing happens. Press it on wind, nothing happens. You press it on this one in the middle here, nothing happens. You press it on this top right one, nothing happens. Pass it on the top left one, nothing happens. Press it on the middle right one.
And the world explodes.
And the door slides open.
Nice.
Yay.
Well done, everyone. Hooray for puzzles you can't just, like, get a grappling hook and swing over.
Wow, this room's a mess.
Yeah, it is.
You approach a room that looks like it used to be another extension of the library. It looks similar to the other two study rooms where there's workbenches, but in this room there are workbenches, a large workbench in the northern end, and there are two smaller ones on the left and right. Something has happened here, and half the books that were in the shelves have now just been thrown about and are laying all over the floor. Tim, you come into the room, standing about where you are, and you see coiled on the top workbench over here a nice blue silken scarf is just coiled on the workbench over here. And as you make it through the middle of the room, you hear voices. Who's this then? Who goes into the master's chambers?
I'm Tim.
Common or giant?
They're speaking giant.
So I say nothing.
Anthony, wake up. We have guests in the master's chambers. Do we now? It's been such a long time.
These ones aren't named Gerald.
Who are these then, Marcus? They, look to be small folk. Wait. Dragon! And they've brought a fiend in here as well. I suppose...
I would like to reply in giant.
Okay.
Like, hello there. We mean you no harm here.
Well, we mean you harm. We sure do. You come in here with bringing a giant in, the master's mortal enemy. I suppose the master's spellbook will have something to say about this, won't he now, Marcus?
Now look, that was a long time ago.
Gazin, as you're talking
And
to
as
them,
you can see here, these are not true dragons or true demons.
says, I've never seen a dragon that looks quite like this little one. But it's
Exactly.
It's a dragon for sure. Look at the scales.
No, it's not. Dragonborn, completely different. Look, how many centuries have you guys been down here?
Oh, it's been many centuries.
Exactly. So there's possible there are entire things you don't know about.
What, like dragons that aren't the enemy of the giants?
Exactly. Dragons that aren't the enemy of the giants. Giants. You know what we do have a problem with, though? One of the blue dragons, known as the cruel... what did they refer to as?
They just refer to it as the cruel and cunning
All right.
blue.
The cruel blue one. She's been sighted, and we are doing everything that we can to figure out how to stop her and save the giants. Now, are you going to stand in our way for this?
Kazan, roll a persuasion check. 15. You hear a voice to your left, Kazan, that says, I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time and the master hasn't returned. Anthony, what are you talking about? These are the enemy. I don't know, Marcus. These folks don't seem too bad. Well, it ain't
Like, if we were the enemy, would we be able to make it in here? We able to read the runes. We followed the path.
It ain't up to us if you're the enemy or not. You're in the master's chambers without his permission. His spellbook's gonna have words about that. Well, I ain't
How
fighting
do you know
him.
we don't have the master's permission?
The master tells us when people have permission.
But you haven't seen him in a long time.
They're right, Marcus. We haven't seen the master in so long. I'm not fighting them. I'm waiting to hear what the master says, or if the master never comes back, I'm happy just sitting here. Well, the spellbook's showing up now. If you don't help him, master's gonna be mighty mad. And as he says that, you all feel wind around this pile of books to your north. And pages out of books begin to funnel into a tornado shape.
To fight a spellbook?
And the pages coalesce into a rough form, and then they explode outward into what looks to be a slightly humanoid shape.
What the hell?
I will show you all a picture.
Alfred says, you do realize you ruined all of your master's texts, don't you?
Should have guessed the boss of the library dungeon would be just a giant fucking book thing.
Yep, the pages coalesce into a rough human shape. And that's what it looks like right there.
Books are made of paper. Paper likes to burn.
I would say so.
As the shape turns into a
That's
human,
cool.
That's cool.
As it turns into a humanoid shape, it launches itself 30 feet into the air and looks down at you and says, enemies of the master, you will die. And it begins to weave its hands and you can see magic. And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Gonna throw a fireball at the page, dude.
He's flying. That's not fun.
Damn it.
Alfred, shoot him with your net thing.
I know. How many did you give me? Do you remember?
How many did I
You
give
had
you?
at least 3, I want to say. Is it 2?
Oh, I need to open Corinne. Hold on. I think there were 3. I think there were 3 nets.
I only used one, right?
You've only used one so far, yeah.
Okay. I have 2 left. But it's just size of this creature.
It's a large creature. Initiative. There we go. Okay. Kazan, you're up first.
I don't think Compelled Duel actually brings him in range of me, does it? Creatures drawn to you for the duration has disadvantage on attack rolls against creature items because of saving throws. See the saving throw, the spell isn't. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help. He's the only enemy?
The only one that you can see. The voices that
I
the
see.
voices that you heard before were coming from your left and right.
Presumably more flying books. I will cast mirror image on myself.
Kazan, as you begin casting that spell, you hear a voice to your right saying, "You're not coming into the Master's quarters and bothering his things." And a book comes flying off of the shelf and opens up, and you see magic and emanate from it, and it counters your mirror image spell. And he's no longer in the GM layer.
Well, shit. That still uses a spell slot?
It does.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna put us out of commission in the back.
That's pretty bad, yeah.
Halfred, you're up next.
He hasn't acted yet, has he?
The Mocking Book has, the Living Spellbook is not.
Oh. Okay,
Oh, you, oh, all
so I have advantage on my first attack. And I will use my electric bolt at the spell.
You gonna shoot your net launcher at it? Okay.
Nice.
Alright, I forgot you had that. That's funny. Let's see here. Action. Yep, alright. He's got to make his DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
How dexterous is this book?
He's alright, but being made of paper, but he still fails. The paper, I don't know how to describe this. The net just catches a big clump of paper. And as the net enfolds it, the paper loses all shape for a moment as the net just sort of closes around it and the net falls. The net falls away, or the net actually it locks into place or whatever nets do. It turns into a ball, but the paper just sort of reforms once it all hits the ground. It doesn't look like it's taken any damage from the fall, but it is currently confined in the net.
This is okay. So it is restrained.
It is currently.
But he's the ball.
All right, Tim. Oh wait, what's that?
I get an extra attack.
Oh right. You get an extra attack. Yes, you do.
He's that lucky halfling a lot.
Yes, you are. Also, you should have advantage on this attack roll. Him being restrained.
I think he told you couldn't switch weapons between your multi-attack
that's
also.
that's why I was wondering why. Okay, that's what it was. You can't change weapons. Yeah.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I
Mid
forgot
attack.
that.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I didn't realize that was a heavy crossbow.
That's what I
Oh,
forgot
shoot.
too. For some reason, I was like, oh yeah, you choose the crossbow bolt. That's it. You're done.
Oh, so I should not have had advantage. It would have canceled out my disadvantage. But I still got
15 was still your first roll. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
I haven't used them so long, I forgot. it was
Yeah,
active.
me too.
But now that he's restrained, I think you have advantage.
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, attack rolls against him.
So I can.
Which
do a
cancels it
normal-
out again.
Just a normal heavy crossbow then.
Right.
Roll it.
Your crossbow bolt goes into the net, sailing into the mass of paper, but you don't see what happens to it. It sits inside. Shim. Ooh, okay. Where are you doing that at?
Where all the spellcasting is.
Let me see. Let's do. How big would that sphere be?
What is it? What did it say? 20-foot radius? So 40
Uh-huh.
feet?
Yeah, it's just as much on him as possible, not us.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, actually, yeah, have it envelop the three of us also.
You can. You can position it
So-
right there, where you get the book and the living spellbook in the same in the thing.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Halfred,
And-
Kaz, and Tim. Silence falls upon you.
That thing's on the ground now.
It is. The living spellbook is on the ground.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, Bryces.
Hmm. All right. I gotta see how big this is first. Hang on. Oh. Okay. All right, so I guess I'll just shoot the big old living spellbook thingy.
Okay.
And we'll do this at level 3.
You'll have advantage on any attack rolls if you're doing the attack roll.
It has an attack roll. So I guess I get advantage on that.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, I'll just say it.
The first roll was a natural crit, too.
God damn. 40 damage.
That's 40 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With a roll like that, choose whatever damage type you want.
Thunder.
Sure, why not?
Thunder?
Don't do that.
No.
It's silence in the nothing will
Yeah.
happen. It will cancel all the damage.
Yeah.
Let's do acid. Acid against books seems like a really good idea.
All right. You launch your Chaos Bolt into the restrained clump of books and do 40 acid damage to it. Bryces, with an attack like that, you lose all control of your magical abilities.
God, can we not get a bad one for once in like the first 4 sessions?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We've been on a bad streak lately.
Potted plant, potted plant, potted plant, potted plant. There we go. Everyone got your page ready?
I do not.
Go ahead. I got it.
12.
Roll a d10. Your height changes by a number of inches equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you shrink. If the roll is even, you grow.
6.
You grow 6 inches taller.
It's
How
not bad.
exciting.
I demand you record that on your character sheet.
Oh, the chaos.
It hurts quite a bit. But you're now
Is
6...
it proportional growth or
just legs. It's all
Just
just
your
your neck
legs,
grows
baby.
6 inches? Is she a giraffe now?
just neck. It's all neck height. Yeah.
I am now 6'2".
Permanently. That's not a time thing. You're permanently 6
Sweet.
inches taller.
I am now 6 feet 2 inches tall. I am an Amazon demon.
You could have gone like 10 inches taller. Like, you're towering.
Yes.
Amazon demon. Demon.
At least you didn't burn us all to the ground, so.
That's
I thought about it. I was going to throw a fireball, then I saw how close Tim was.
Put that under the neutral category of wild magic searches.
yeah, exactly. Doesn't help us, doesn't hurt us.
Yep.
All right. It is the Living Spellbook's turn. You all see the net is holding this clump of paper together. And what you see is slivers of the paper begin to swirl about the rope, trying to cut at the netting. And the paper is spinning in such a fast rate that the rope snaps from the paper cuts, and the glob of paper explodes back out into humanoid shape and launches itself again back up 30 feet into the air. Tim, you will get an attack of opportunity here. It's going to launch itself back a little bit too, to get out of your silence aura.
Okay.
All right, you smack it. So let's see, bludgeoning. Tim, you take your mace and you swing it dead into the creature, and the paper literally just parts for your mace, and your mace goes right through it without hitting anything at all.
What?
Huh. It's not that great damage anyway. Ever. Good
Now
to
it's
know.
flying again.
And now it's flying again. Corinne.
Okay. Position me in such a fashion as to be able to hit the living spellbook with my lightning bolt.
Okay. Have you move up to about here, to where you're not staying in the silence, and you got a direct line of shot. All right, we'd like to do lightning bolts. I assume.
Oh, yes, please.
Let's see, lightning bolt. All right. Shoot your lightning bolt at him. And as your lightning is roiling towards him, you see his magical energy seem to almost change color to match your lightning. And he appears to be anticipating or resistant to magical abilities. So he will have advantage on this saving throw. Which he still fails.
Wow, I need a
Excellent.
+4 too.
He has
Jeez.
a +4. He rolled a 5 and a 7. Alright, so he will take all 26 lightning damage in the face. Your lightning, in spite of him trying to manipulate the magic, the lightning pours right through that and scorches and destroys a number of the pages.
Does Corinne have the Empower thing too?
She sure does. Or no, I don't know. Do you have Empower, Corinne?
She's got
do.
twinned
I don't-
and
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you rolled a bunch of ones.
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
reroll all of those ones and one of the twos.
Let's do that.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see then. 1, 1, 3.
So 46.
So -5 is 21
Yeah, plus 46.
plus 46. 21 plus 14.
35.
35. That is better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Even more pages are singed and destroyed and fall out of the shape. The book near you, Kazan, flies out of the bubble back a little bit. And as it flies out of the bubble, it's clear it's been talking this entire time. Saying, how dare you, sirs! The master will be most displeased. And he... is going to... The book's going to turn to look at you, Bryces. It says, and you, madam, what foul creature you are, and ugly at that. What a foul face you have.
That's a vicious mockery.
Bryces,
Is it speaking to me in giant still?
probably. That's the only language it speaks. Yeah, you don't have to understand
Says
it.
it doesn't need to understand you.
Yeah, you don't need to understand it, but you don't hear, yeah, it's just gibberish to you.
You can tell us as being a dick. That's universal.
Aw.
Take 2 psychic damage.
You know what? It's being a dick. F you.
All right, yeah. All right, you point your finger, and fire explodes, and you're amazed. These are old, dry books, and the fire just seems to rip through its pages, and it does a lot of damage to it. Okay, Kazan, you're up.
So this guy's still up in the air?
Yes, he has flown back up 30 feet again.
Oh shit.
Stupid book hurting my feelings.
10. Alright. I'll come down here and work on the book then.
I got the book.
Well, I don't want to go chasing after the guy who's 30 feet in the air.
A 9, you miss the book as it's flying around in the...
Stupid book.
The book is on fire and you miss it?
That time you... Okay, yeah. You do land a hit on it. Carve out a couple pages.
Does it look... How damaged does it look?
It took a good deal of damage from Bryce a second ago. And that was alright. So yeah, it's looking kind of damaged.
All right, I will
Singed
go
and
ahead
cut.
and do a little divine smite action. I'll just use a level 1 spell slot.
Okay.
And do 7 extra damage.
7. Alright. Pour some radiant damage into it. And scraps of paper go flying.
And then I get one more. God.
That one also goes sailing past the book. Just barely. Halfred.
I'm going to step 10 feet forward, pull out, and chemical lighter, and light my torch.
Okay.
A mechanical lighter? Where did you get that?
Bought it.
He bought it from that gnome back in the north. Thwip.
Jesus.
Way back when. That's your action, okay? Are you
I mean, unless you give it to me as a free action.
Are you moving somewhere?
No, just 10 feet forward.
Okay. Alright. You light up that torch and it's blazing. Tim, you're up.
So there's advantage on saving throws, but you can do like attack spells.
Mm-hmm.
You have to drop your silence. Well, probably. You'll move out of it. Yeah.
Concentration spells you can just sort of dissipate whenever, right?
Yep. I think it's a free action to stop concentrating.
I'll hold on to it for now.
Okay.
I will. Aha! To him.
All right. He has advantage again and still fails. All right.
Wow.
He takes all 8 of that radiant damage. And the scraps are barely hanging together now. The form of this creature doesn't look very good. Brysis,
That's me.
you're up.
I don't like this little effort book.
Burn it.
I'm gonna fireball this book. Seems like a good idea.
There's so many books here.
Alright, going for the little mocking book.
Okay. The mocking book, as you're gathering your energy to cast a spell, it's almost out, and you hear the book say, "I think not, madam."
It's gonna cast shield on your ass. Or counterspell you.
And you can see words in the book light up, and your magic just fizzles.
Okay, you want to play that way? Okay.
It is the mocking book's turn.
How big is this book? Like book size?
Or is it giant book size?
And the book's going to look at you, madam, and say, "That's quite a good spell you have there. It'd be a shame if someone mimicked it." And
Bryce doesn't understand that.
The book takes out a mustache and twirls it.
and he's going to cast Magic Missile at its lowest level at you. 1d4 plus one. How many are there?
3, I think.
3.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 1d4 plus 1, all at you, Bryces.
Yep, 3d4 plus 3.
Bryce, do you have shield?
You can't stop magic missile.
You can if you have
Shield
shield.
does.
Shield does.
I do have shield. I have a shield. I have a shield.
This is a straight up mage battle right
It
now.
is. The book launches the magic missiles. They hit your shield. He says, "Touche, madam."
I like
Can I just go up and like close the book?
Just get the dagger out and start stabbing it.
Don't tempt me right now.
You spell vicious compliment.
That's right. All right.
Maybe use higher level spells, then fine. Burn you to a pile of ashes. You know,
Kazan, you're up.
Crisis is literally cursing under her breath right now.
You're in a mage battle. This is what every
In
mage
Infernal.
dreams of.
She's doing it in Infernal too, so that way no one really understands
Oh,
what she's
okay.
saying.
Yeah.
Did we skip somebody? Is it my
I
turn
think we
already?
skipped me.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did. We did skip you. Sorry.
Who just went the mocking book? Just went?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what did the big thing go?
It didn't. How did I skip all
I don't
those?
know. I was like, how is it my turn already?
Yeah.
Bryce
I think that was Bryce's turn, and then you immediately went with
Oh,
Mocking Book for some
yeah.
reason.
That was my bad. I just got confused.
You were excited to immediately play that guy. And
Yeah, I was
back
excited to
to
play that. Yeah.
So we skipped Living Spellbook and Corinne.
All right. Well, Living Spellbook then is up. And it's going to just fly 10 feet higher into the air. And it's going to begin waving its paper hands in arcane motions, and a glowing purple energy is going to begin emanating around it. It is going to cast Glow of Invulnerability. That protects it from any spells 5th level or lower.
Well,
Wow.
shit. That's a problem.
Lower, jeez.
Be a shame if someone tried to counter that.
Oh, hey. I should try to counter that.
Your counter
Remember
spell?
how I...
Holy shit.
Yeah, I got
This
the
is the
counter.
time for counterspell to shine. You're in a straight up like spellcaster battle.
Yep.
Let's see. This is a 6th level spell.
Entire time I was going,
If you attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell, if it's spell 3rd or lower, spell fails and has no effect. If it's 4th level or higher,
It's a 6th level spell. Oh my
make an
god.
ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. So the DC is 16 to counter this spell. You want to do it? You want to try it? This is good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Do it.
Go for it.
So what do you roll? Make an ability. So it's a charisma check. Because that's her spellcasting ability.
It is, yes. Corinne, okay. Charisma. 13. So close, not quite.
Does she have
16!
inspiration?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, hold on now. Bryce is just.
Nope, she doesn't need it.
What? Why?
Bryce has bet
Bryce
your luck.
did been luck.
Oh, nice.
Bryce has bent your luck.
Bent it hard. All right, the creature's trying to form the globe of energy around it, and Corinne focuses all her energy, and Bryce just gives her some extra energy.
I flick off the mocking book and like
That's some anime level like description right there. Extra energy. Ah!
And Corinne, as your counterspell, your successful counterspell is traveling to the Living Spellbook. Living Spellbook's head is going to turn towards you. Its finger is going to point at you, and it's going to say, no. And...
Played this game before.
It's a fun game.
It's a fun game. Can
Oh
you
god,
counterspell?
it's gonna counterspell a counterspell?
Yep, we've done this before.
There's precedent for this.
Oh,
But it
hell.
feels so good because you know they just wasted one of their better spells.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, it's absolutely delicious as a DM.
Now, does he have to roll an ability check to counter the counter?
I think counterspell is a 3rd level spell.
It is a 3rd level spell,
so
yeah.
No.
Okay.
Now well, no, 1 reaction per turn. That was
Yeah,
the rule.
that was
only-
the rule. Yeah, you only have
Mhm.
1 reaction, so you can't just keep bouncing. So ultimately, you just forced them to use another spell slot, but
It's fine. Oh, there we go. That's better. Just the general shield one. Okay, and the globe does envelop the living spellbook. Whose turn was that?
Now
That was the book's turn. Yeah, Corinne. Now it's your turn.
So what was the original spell? Like spells of 5 or less are not.
Yeah, he can't be touched by spells of 5th level or lower.
Okay, well,
just haste the shit out of Halford.
that's what I was about to do. Yeah. Like, how am I doing on spell slots, Christopher?
That's a great question that I haven't been paying any attention to.
You're doing okay.
You have 2 4th level spells that you haven't used. You got Wall of Fire and Confusion on 4th level, and then you've used up, I think, 2 of your 3rd levels, so you've got 1 left.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'll just cast haste then on Alfred because can't really do much else.
Be a shame if someone countered that.
He can't. He already used his reaction though.
Did somebody help me remember? Did the Mocking Book?
He
I mean,
counterspelled me.
Technically, unless you want to go back before you went with the Mocking Book, because he would go after. But yeah, he already used it because you already went with the Mocking
That's
Book.
right. Yeah. So we're gonna keep all that as his turn. So yes. Okay. So all the counter spells have been used this round.
God. We found a terrible weakness: spellcasting enemies.
It's 2nd level. Okay, Corinne. Yep, you cast haste on Halfred. Halfred, you hasted.
No.
What's the other symbol you have?
But I have a torch in my hand.
Oh, right. Okay. The Mocking Book went, because we did that out of order. Kazan, now it's your turn.
All right. And yeah, the little Mocking Book doesn't look like he's doing too well.
He doesn't.
All right.
It's taking a number of hits.
Just do regular attacks.
13 catches the book. You slice at it.
I will. Well, yeah, I'll just keep attacking.
5 for 6. That also hits. Take a
How's he
shot.
looking?
Not great now. Pretty bad.
All right.
Chunk
I will-
out of his binding.
Pour a little divine smite in there. This time, burning a warlock spell slot. Do I get to reroll one of those?
It's gonna be more than 16 damage though.
Yeah.
Okay, you killed it.
All
You don't need to do that.
All
You
right.
pour that radiant energy into it, and just scraps of paper just go flying out of the book, and an empty binding just falls on the ground.
You should have listened to me.
And you hear a voice coming from your left saying, "Oh, Marcus, I did warn you."
Sorry about that.
All right, Halfred.
I'll go ahead and walk closer to this thing.
Okay.
I don't know. But I'm gonna fly up to him. Now, light my torch.
All right, make a what's your attack modifier, dexterity. So make a dexterity ability roll.
That's the left column.
All right. Well, it's also with your proficiency. So dex plus your proficiency. What's your proficiency?
We're all at +3.
15. You swipe your torch at it and it almost hits, but the paper like retracts and your torch just goes sailing by. Just by a little bit.
Was that is that an attack?
But yeah, that was an attack roll you just made, yes.
Okay. So do it again.
Okay.
Whoa.
Alright. I'm not even going to make you roll damage, Halfred. You put your torch, you just shove it into the middle of this creature. The flames just immediately lick up and catch all this dry paper up, and the whole of this humanoid-looking figure turns into an effigy of just flaming manness. And it sort of waves its arms a little bit before just sort of crumbling into dust. And it is dead.
I'm going to use my extra hasted action to put it out.
All his fancy spells, and he succumbed to man's most simplest tool.
Yeah, he never got to use any of his attack spells either. It was, the whole time
No.
he was on the defensive. All right.
Wait, the Mockingbook's still alive.
No, it's dead.
I killed it.
Well, yeah, there's a Maki book still alive, but it's not hostile.
Oh, that was when I talked down.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Kazan tugged down. And in fact, you hear that voice now saying, I hope you don't intend to harm me or any of these non-animate books.
We were purely acting in self-defense in this case.
Oh, Bryce has already started piling up a set of books.
Yeah, like, don't look over there.
Oh dear.
As I said, we are here looking for a magical rune that we need to help the giants.
A rune, you say?
And Halford says, answer carefully as he's bringing his torch closer to the
Oh
pouch.
dear!
We're
Not
just
the
good. Oh,
torch. It says,
Here's a total maniac.
yeah.
He loves catching himself on fire, don't you, Alfred?
Says, you're looking for rune magic outside of the blocking mechanisms for these studies. The master's scarf over there. And the place, Tim, where you saw the scarf is now covered in paper from where the living spellbook died.
I think Tim should have the scarf.
That looks like the one.
2 scarves, 2 shields.
Just a scarf shield machine.
You should wear them both at the same time.
Tim, you're able to just sort of move the paper aside, and yeah, that blue silk scarf that you saw coiled on the table earlier is still sitting right there, and it does appear to be magical, and it does appear to have woven into the fabric of the scarf. You see a rune that looks. Which one is it? Like this. It looks to be part of the fabric. It looks
the wind rune.
It's like a little bit like clouds.
Is that the only thing that we would need in here, friend?
I don't think there's anything else of value in this room. I was assuming you don't bestow value upon books, of course.
Of course I value books, but I wouldn't dream of stealing any. This is a library, after all.
Oh, yes. Well, the masters will be so mad when he returns.
Yeah. I got nothing for you there.
As Kazan, you're talking to this book, Alfred, a sharp, ringing sound is going off in your head. The alarm you set at the entrance of this place is going off. And that's where we'll end it tonight.
Oh.
Yay!
You tease.
Let's do some experience. You guys killed?
Lots of things.
Yeah, 2 tree spawn, which are worth 1,800 apiece.
Damn.
You killed 2 mocking books that are worth 700 apiece. And you killed 1 living spellbook that is worth 5,900. I need to stop putting spellcasters against you guys because they don't get to do all their shit before they die.
That is a total of 10,900 divided by 5 is 2,180. Plus our current 34,491
How much is it a piece?
is 36,671. Oh, wait, I did that wrong. Yeah, no, I didn't.
You're right.
Yeah. 36,671.
That's 2180 each.
Thank you.
Alrighty. I will do that for you, Corinne.
Thank you.
Alright. Where's my outro? Thank you to Eric, Heather, Reese, Rochelle, and Raymond. I'm Chris. We're here doing D&D 5th Edition Storm King's Thunder every week. We will see you next time.